Those individual workouts, they're always kind of strange because the players, as we know, they don't get to choose where they play their professional careers, so they might not even be available when that team is picking. So when some of these visits go down, Malcolm, what's the most interesting thing or the craziest thing that you've heard of or you've experienced?
Well, to be honest, these visits are no more than just a formality.
Okay.
You know, most of these coaches, like for instance, when I was coming out, I visited two teams, New Orleans Saints and the New York Jets.
Okay.
I hadn't met the head coaches at that point in time. So I met D coordinators, I met the position coaches, GMs, and they obviously went to the combine, they came to the pro day, done some personal workouts. The last thing on the list is like, okay, come into the building, we'll take you to the cafeteria, give you some lunch, you sit down with the head coach for a little bit. But at that point in time, they already know if you're a guy that they're going to draft or not. This is not a make or break thing. It's more of a due diligence and checking off the fact that they brought you here, you know, prior to the draft.
Two visits, right?
2 visits.
Okay, Baldy, how about you? How many visits did you pay?
I wasn't involved in that steak and soda tour back then that Malcolm was.
Okay.
Like a lot of this is just espionage. A lot of this is, let's put this out there. You know, we're getting Malcolm Jenkins into our building. That sends an alarm maybe off to another team that's interested in Malcolm. Like, boy, we better get in front of the New Orleans Saints. Like, they may be in position to take. I think some of that goes on. And then some of it you have to protect. Like last year, Laramie Tunsil was the #1 player on Daniel Jeremiah's board. And, you know, the draft produces this crazy video. He drops to number 13. Sometimes you just don't know what can happen. Trades, guys move. You might be in a position to draft somebody you never thought you could have been. And thank goodness maybe you had that final meeting with somebody.
It's funny you call it a smoke screen. It's like running through the river trying to get the dogs off your trail. What does the team actually get out of this, Baldy?
I think, you know, anytime you can spend time, you know, with a protect, you know, sometimes those 15 minutes at the combine or even at the pro days, it's just not real quality time. A lot of measured answers. Sometimes you get a better feel about a person. Can he look you in the eye? Is he serious about his craft? You know, can he go to the board and really produce on the spot? You can find out a little bit more about somebody. I think it's another level of vetting.
Okay, now there's 32 teams in the National Football League. We know that, but when they're bringing a player in, respective franchises, do they ask for player input? And if they do you have any hand in making those decisions, Malcolm?
Well, no, at this point, you know, it's like the GMs and decision makers kind of get bored. Like they've evaluated you from the time you've been in college all the way up into this point, and now they're looking for any one more thing to evaluate. And so they'll request to get you in the building to see if they can find one more little thing to evaluate from you. But I know as a player, I didn't want to go to every single team who offers you up. You go to ones that are serious, that might be able to take you. I was obviously a first-round pick, so I chose those who were going to be in position to take me.
Yeah. So put the general manager's hat on for the Eagles. Take the spot of Howie Roseman, Malcolm. Put you on the spot here.
Yeah.
Who do you want the Eagles to, like, have a visit with that you know of them? You're talking about Ohio State as DBU? Maybe one of those?
Yeah, we got a lot of them. I think Conley probably will be there for us. Hooker, Lattimore will probably be gone at that point in time. But it's a big draft for DBs. We obviously need some corners. We let go of 2 veterans, Leotis McKelvin and Nolan Carroll. So, you know, it'd be good to get another Buckeye in the locker room. Currently, I'm the only one representing the Bucks, by the way. But, yeah, I think that's definitely what we'll look to address in the draft.